What do you know about the history of Crimea? Maybe you heard about the Black Sea? Or about the mountains Achaia and Avdag? Or about the Codex Cumanicus? Let us tell about the deep history of Crimea through the indigenous people of Crimea. The Crimean Tatars. Real descendants and guardians of centuries-old history of Crimea. Crimean Tatars are an indigenous people of Ukraine whose origin and historic destiny are inextricably linked with Crimea and the northern Black Sea region. For centuries, the traditional culture of this people combined features of various civilizations. However, it did not become a fragment or a periphery of any of them, but constructed own identity in the unique ethnic face of Crimea. The ethnogenesis of the Crimean Tatars is unique and deeply rooted in history. More than 28 different ethnic groups are intertwined in the genetic and cultural heritage of the Crimean Tatars. Among them are the Taurians, Scythians, Sarmatians, Gunas, Alans, Kipchaks, Circassians, Genoese, Khazars, Seljuks, Goths, and many others. During the 14th to 18th centuries, the Crimean Khanate existed in the south of Ukraine, a state that had a long-lasting influence on the politics and culture of countries and peoples of Eastern Europe, the Caucasus, the Middle East, and the Balkans. The Crimean Khanate was perpetually ruled by the Garay dynasty, whose coat of arms was the Tarak Tamga in the form of a comb that appeared on documents, coins, weapons, and everyday objects, an insignia of power. The roots of the Crimean Tatars go back to the archaeological cultures of the Bronze and Iron Ages. The Crimean Tatars with the center of Eski Krim existed 200 years before the invasion of Genghis Khan and were known as early as 1055 years. Bakhchisarai, the third capital of the Crimean Khanate, was built in the 16th century by Khan Sahib Firigaray among lush gardens in the Salachik Canyon. It was in their honor that the magnificent palace garden got its name. The court chronicler of Khan, Kaisunizad, compared it to a heavenly place where amid healing springs and fountains, the Crimean Khan sat upon his throne with the dignity of King Solomon. Demographic estimates of the Crimean Khanate in the 14th-15th centuries, over 7 million population based on its 300,000-strong army capability. Kipchak language is the same as the Crimean Tatar. It was the connecting language of Europe and Asia. All important books were translated into Kipchak language, and even the Bible. The traders knew Persian and Kipchak languages, as evidenced by the dictionary, Codex Cumanicus, written in the 13th century in 3 languages, Kipchak, Latin, Persian. Culture of the Crimean Tatar people. Koran is a Crimean Tatar folk dance that is passed down from generation to generation. The dance symbolizes the unity and cohesion of the people. Örnek, in the representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity of UNESCO. Örnek is a pattern that is always symbolic. Performing the task of decorative meaning, it is a means of expressing the worldview of the people. The symbolism of the Crimean Tatar ornament is expressed in love for the motherland, in the desire to maintain peace on earth, in the desire for well-being and prolongation of their lineage, in giving importance to mother and father. Each element and sign of the Crimean Tatar ornament carried a semantic load and had its own name. They told information about their owner, his or her worldview, family class, and marital status. Ornamental elements served as a means of protection from bad energies. Common symbols are images of plants that signify people of different genders and ages. For example, a rose symbolizes a married woman. A tulip symbolizes a man or a young man. An almond nut symbolizes an unmarried girl. A poplar or cypress symbolizes a man. Image of a carnation is a sign of an elderly person, a symbol of wisdom and life experience. The pomegranate fruit is a symbol of fertility, abundance, and prosperity. Coffee tradition of the Crimean Tatars, intangible cultural heritage of Ukraine. Coffee occupies a special place in the life of the Crimean Tatars. It is a traditional drink. No event in a Crimean Tatar home is without this drink. Coffee traditions are often associated with different events. For example, Kelin Kavesi, prepared by the bride, she presents it to the guests the morning after the wedding. Kaz Aydin Kavesi, coffee on the occasion of glad tidings, arrival of relatives, birth of a child. Kosh Keldi Kavesi, coffee for the arrival of guests. UNESCO Intangible Heritage, Crimean Tatar dishes, Chiberek, intangible cultural heritage of Ukraine. UNESCO Intangible Heritage, Crimean Tatar dance, Haitarma, intangible cultural heritage of Ukraine. A Ukrainian historical war drama film from 2013 directed by Akhtem Saitablayev, dedicated to a period in the history of the Crimean Tatar people. The film is based on real events that took place in the Crimean Autonomous Soviet Socialist Republic during the Great Patriotic War in May 1944. It depicts the forced exile of the indigenous people of Crimea, the Crimean Tatars.